Major Mohammed Ali Shah joins us on the broadcast to talk more about this. Ali, very good morning to you. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, Preet. Good morning. I can hear you.
All right, Ali. Well, Imran Khan is, throwing everything but the kitchen sink, trying to save his chair as the Prime Minister of Pakistan. But, I've never seen the Pakistani opposition being united against any Prime Minister as they seem to be united against Imran Khan. What do you think is the reason? Is he that incompetent that, even his party members are still on the fence? Is he that ineffective that, people from his own party are ready to cross over just to oust him?
Vineet, you are right. You are absolutely right, Vineet. When a ship sinks, it are the rats will jump out first. All the rats always desert the sinking ship. Vineet, since you are well versed with Mirza Ghalib's Sher Shairi with his couplets, and so am I. So there's one small share I would like to one couplet for Imran Khan, 2 lines, if you permit me, please.
Please go ahead.
हमें तो अपनों ने ही लूटा गैरों में कहाँ दम था हमें तो अपनों ने ही लूटा गैरों में कहाँ दम था हमारी कश्ती वहीं डूबी जहाँ पानी कम था. So I mean, if Imran Khan can say that, because he makes a lot of claims that he refused aid and certain help to US when they asked him for help. He said something like, definitely not. Now that definitely not was not for the US government. It was to a television anchor. One television anchor was interviewing him and they asked that would you help US and so on. So he said definitely not. The famous definitely not was on record. And also, Vineet, if you go back in history and you see, firstly, Imran Khan in 2018 when he had come into power, that time everyone in Pakistan was rejoicing. They opened up Ruabza bottles and they thought they'll put with ice in that and they'll drink Ruabza bottles and bottoms up they will do on the rocks. But look what happened today. And if you roll back, because he met with the Pakistan military, and no regime in Pakistan has actually been able to complete the full term. Yes, I agree. But here, as you rightly said, his own people are turning against him. They are making alliance with the opposition. In fact, Shahbaz Sharif was very happy about it. In fact, Mr. Bhutto, he was very, very happy. Bilal Bhutto. And if you go take back history, at that time, if you see, Vineet, who had got Mr. Bhutto into power, Bilal Bhutto's grandfather, Bezir Bhutto's father, it was the Pakistan military. It was General Ayub Khan who had got him into power. I'm talking about Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, who was later on executed by the Pakistan military through a legal process, through a high court order to make it very, very legal. It's not termed as an assassination. If you see Nawaz Sharif was brought into the power by, again, Pakistan military by General Ziaul Haq, who in 1983 was also the finance minister of the Punjab province of Pakistan. He was thrown out of power and today he cannot even come back to his hometown also, for that matter. So he was that badly ridiculed. Imran Khan made the same mistake. He thought he's getting too powerful. On 6th October, Vineet, the chief of the army staff, General Bajwa, he gave out an order saying that the ISI chief is to be changed. General Anjum Parvez to be the new ISI chief and General Faiz Ahmed, who very conveniently went off to Afghanistan without the knowledge of General Bajwa, without the knowledge of the chief, which is okay, in a way it's all right. He doesn't report, the ISI chief does not report to the Pakistan military, but then courtesy demands, he should have at least informed him. And he was upset about that fact. And also if you see, Vineet, under Imran Khan's regime, who had gone into Imran Khan into power? Khalil, who has links with the Al-Qaeda. And of course, General Faiz Ahmed also played his part. But General Faiz Ahmed, who is the ISI chief, who is supposed to be functioning in a very secretive manner on the covert. But the whole world knew he's landed up in Afghanistan, where Shah Mahmood Qureshi should have gone actually, the foreign affairs minister. So Imran Khan definitely under his regime, Pakistan has come under the grey area of FATF. There have been incidents where there are civil wars in Pakistan, in the Sindh province, where the Pakistan military has come up and they have picked up an IG police. There have been bids to assassinate General
And Ali, Imran Khan has also instructed the members of his party not to attend the no confidence motion. And this is obviously asking them to abstain from voting or to not attend the session at all. Ali, do you think that this would have been a different ball game altogether for Imran Khan had he been a serious statesman? Even in the beginning, he did extend that olive branch towards India, trying to look for some peace and trying to have a conversation with the Prime Minister. But then he goes into the UN Assembly and calls our Prime Minister a fascist. Does that in fact tell you that how unprepared he was, to take on a role of diplomacy and statesmanship?
I was getting a call. So, and the problem that Imran Khan did was he did not focus on his own country. You see, in Balochistan, people are protesting; they do not even get drinking water. He peeped into his neighbor's window by calling our Prime Minister a fascist at the UN General Assembly. He spoke about the abrogation of Article 370, which was none of their concern. It was an internal Indian problem. Whenever he focused his energies more on focusing towards what's happening in India rather than his own internal issues. So hence he could not perform beneath. It wasn't cricket, where in the cricket you see, oh, okay, I am bowling to Sachin Tendulkar, so now this is how my strategy should be, where you have to cater for the opponent as well. But here in politics, he should have focused on his own country. Here in leadership, he should have focused on his own leadership. So yes, when he went ahead in UN and he's made a clown out of himself on so many occasions, Vineet. I can count them, I can list them out for you. And things would have been different for him had he actually focused only on his country and taken the aid. I'm not saying he should have been a puppet only to military in Pakistan. He should have listened to them and honored them.
If Imran is, gone, if he's let go through this no confidence motion, what will his legacy be?
Well, his legacy would be nothing, actually. His legacy would be nothing.
That's the correct answer, actually.
Thanks, Vineet. So he say that मैं cricket का superstar रह चुका हूँ, and people are plotting against me and such things, and he's trying to leave the chair as a martyr, that he's been martyred just because he said no to US. Definitely not. I will not help. All those things. All that will not help. People in Pakistan also, if they can see through him very, very clearly and categorically. And all he did was bashing India. What for? What for? I mean, you don't have to bash somebody else to show that you are great. Your work speaks for itself. India's work is speaking for itself.